Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into my review of What If Episode 6. And I think that this one is definitely on the lower tier for me, just because I felt that I don't know, it's interesting. It kind of retread a lot of the same steps that Black Panther and Iron Man did, but then at the same time, it also made it new and different. So kind of like Captain Carter, I think it kind of fell victim to that a bit in some cases. But I just felt like we were watching some of the scenes from those movies just animated with character swaps. So let's see. I think just to start things off, the feeling that I got out of it was that it kind of insulted my intelligence in terms of some of the way that the characters acted and thought, and it just felt very uncharacteristic, as well as, like, spoilers, obviously it says it in the title, the drones just were very selective on when they wanted to use their guns and their grenade launchers and all that. I thought that was really strange. They had Okoye and Killmonger all surrounded, and I honestly thought after the episode ended that they just didn't have guns. Like, I thought they just were doing hand-to-hand stuff. So I'm just so confused by that. Like, why didn't they use them when they were just using them? They used them on the shield guys, the people who have shields, because that's who you would shoot. Or maybe they don't shoot at Killmonger. Maybe that's a thing. We'll blame it on that. We'll blame it on that. But the other thing was, why did they even open the border? Like, let them try and get in. At least with Infinity War, they started to run around and they were already breaching, and the fear was that they were going to go around. Nothing happened. They were just standing there, and you opened the door for them. Didn't understand that thinking. I didn't understand why they were listening and trusting Killmonger. Like, I know Shuri's a genius, but why is no one listening to her? Like, why is no one else thinking like her? I didn't follow that. I just found that really dumb. Like, they were very skeptical. Specifically, Okoye was very skeptical. His mom was very skeptical. So the fact that they weren't here and they were just very accepting, I didn't buy that. And I guess they're grieving maybe T'Challa's loss, and you could chalk it up to that. But at the end of the day, it just didn't make sense to me. And specifically with Tony as well, they kind of just I wouldn't they just kind of made him dumb. Like, I know that he didn't have his experience in the cave and he didn't have his character change. So to me, he's still the jerk. He's still the guy looking out for number one. So when he goes to take on Killmonger, which he's not actually the one doing it, you'd think he'd leave or something, or have some contingency against, oh, I don't know, a Wakandan vibranium spear or a bullet where, like, I don't know. It just felt like he's a genius, and again, you could chalk it up to him grieving, but the fact that if Jarvis knew and they were just relying on the robot to do it, like, that just doesn't seem like Tony Stark to me. He has all these, he's thinking ahead to the inevitable next fight with whatever threat comes to Earth. Like, that's Tony Stark. It does not make sense that he would just risk it all there. And also, Jarvis, maybe, call the authorities, or Tony call the army or something to have him arrested. How about you publicize this? Jarvis, stream it or something. Show it to someone. It made zero sense to me how any of that was happening. But yeah, I don't know. I think that this was a very risky and difficult episode to do when you are merging a lot of people's favorite movies with Iron Man and Black Panther. And I think that, especially with Iron Man's legacy, you got to be really careful with what you're doing there. And I knew going into it that I probably wasn't going to enjoy this episode, just because of the fact that if he didn't become Iron Man, then, like, what does that mean? And it doesn't, everything happened after that, you know what I mean? And I know Captain Marvel and Captain America, all that happened before, but my point is, like, it got the ball moving. It brought back the Avengers Initiative and all that. Like, it just was very strange. Where was Shield? Why didn't they do anything? Why weren't they, monitoring any of this? There's just so many things about this that just, it did not line up to me. At the end of the day, it just retread a lot of the stuff from those movies as well. Instead of Tony building an Iron Man suit, he's making an anime robot. And then with Black Panther, like the dialogue and all that of him entering, it all just felt like I was just watching the movie in animated form, which again is a lot of the complaints with Captain Carter. But again, that ended differently, and so did this. This one, though, I felt like, I don't know why we have another cliffhanger. It just didn't make sense to me. I was shocked when the episode ended just because one of the few things from the original official trailer was actually the fact that Pepper is in Wakanda with Shuri and with everyone else. So the fact that we saw that in like the first trailer and then we didn't see that here, I was just expecting that. And then when it ended, I'm like, what the heck's happening? So I don't know. I think it was interesting. I enjoyed the cast. I thought that was really cool as well, that they got so many people back from it. Like they got Angela Bassett, which I was shocked by. Even just getting Andy Serkis, that was really nice. He's one of my favorite MCU villains. I thought it was really interesting that even here, Killmonger still betrayed him and still killed him, and even his entrance, like he still used him to get in. It's just the events of Black Panther happened so early. The world also knows about Wakanda now, and yeah, I don't know. It was fun to see Happy, and even hearing Jarvis say like one or two lines or whatever it was fun. And this Tony Stark, he's really grown on me. I really think that he did good. Some of the lines, he sounded really and acted just like him. And same thing with the person who did Pepper. I thought that they did a pretty good job. For some lines, it really sounded like Pepper. And Don Cheadle back as well. That was really interesting to see him voicing that Rhodey back then, because it was played by Terrence Howard. But I guess spoilers for the future of the season, because I do want to just talk about the trailer that we just got, and that is the mid-season trailer. And in that, we got some more looks of Pepper with Wakandans, as well as just we also saw some things of a continuation from a past episode with Ego and Peter. So I think at some point we are going to see some sort of wrap up of those stories, I think. So that's just really interesting. Personally, I would rather they wrap up the stories and then at the end maybe of each episode, I guess no, because you don't want the watcher to get involved at the end of every episode, because it would undercut him doing that, I guess, in the finale. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that finale, I'm worried, because I was really looking forward to seeing Ultron. I was looking forward to seeing him win and having an Age of Ultron. And I just hope that it isn't too short of an episode, because we've got to also wrap up all these other ones that they've been leaving cliffhangers this whole season along the way. So I'm a little worried about that. But yeah, I really didn't expect this episode to end the way that it did. But let's talk Lego. It is very clear what a Lego set should be. It could be the Lego Marvel's What If War at Wakanda. Boom. Just like that, you've got the Stark Industry robots, the anime robots. You could have Killmonger there. Heck, throw in Pepper or something like that. But yeah, there's definitely a set right there with those mechs. Lego loves their mechs right now. We know that. We've gotten 3 of them just in one day this year. So I think it would be really cool if we did get a set off that. I think it would be fun to get Killmonger, a more accurate one with a face, because we did actually have one in the past. And I'm just really interested to see where this story goes as well. Like, I'm curious to see, is he going to be a part of the team up eventually with the What If and the Watcher, the Guardians of the Multiverse? We'll have to wait and see. Will he have a change of heart? I don't know, but there's definitely a Lego set there. And I am excited to see these episodes and see where the season goes. But anyways, everyone, maybe I'm being too negative. Maybe I'm being too hard on this. I'll have to rewatch it. But again, after rewatching the Doctor Strange episode, my perception of it really changed. So maybe this is just, it gets better after a few rewatches. Happens sometimes. But hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you all next week.